Hi everyone, welcome back. Osset here. Thank you to my subscribers, my new subscribers. Thank you to those of you who reached out to me to see where I was, what I've been doing, what's been going on. I know it has been a year since I posted. I was off and running, and then Anadonia moved in. Anadonia took up residence, took up space. I had to fight, and I'm still fighting, to reclaim what is mine. So, welcome to my first Friday Sews of 2023. I figured this was a good way for me to get back into the community. And today I am just going to do maybe a short video about my plans for 2023. I've been told to just try to focus on one thing at a time. I didn't sew anything in 2022 because, as I said, Anadonia and COVID plush and just a lot of things, and I was just not in that frame of mind. So, to kick off my first Friday Sews, let's talk about some goals. Two goals in particular that I have in mind for this year. One is I have a couple of UFOs. Remember my last video in September when I talked about plans and wardrobe? Would you believe that I cut everything out and I never sewed anything? Let me get my glasses on because you can see me, but oh, there you are. Couldn't see you. I know you can see the ring lights, but I can't see. So, I have some UFOs that I have to complete. I'm going to get those done. It's still cold enough that I can get this stitched up, hopefully finished in the next month or so. That's one goal. Another thing that I've been doing is destashing my patterns, like just going ham, as they say. Like if I put my hand on it, either I get a yes or a no. And it still seems like I have not made a dent in my pattern collection. I have been collecting patterns since the 70s. That's a lot of patterns. And these patterns, not all of them, I mean, I've collected most of them since I've been back here in the States, traveled all around the world with me. But there are some patterns that I will never sew, number one. Also, in my defense, I have inherited a lot of other people's collections as well, both their patterns and their fabrics. When I come back next week, I'll show you what a friend of mine had given to me. Her grandfather was a haberdasher. Think of that. So I'll show all of that, the buttons and the snaps and all of that to you next week. I'm just trying to get this done this week, right? So, destashing my patterns. To begin, this is not all that I have. You guys, you know these bin things, right? They come, what, 3 sets to like a chest? Well, I have 21 of these drawers full of patterns. Maybe we should have a game and see how many patterns could fit in one of those drawers. So one of my goals is to clear out totally 3 drawers by the end of the year. Now you might think, oh, that shouldn't be so difficult. Like, oh my gosh. When I say clear 3, I mean I want 3 empty because I've got patterns in boxes. I want those gone. I want all of that. Like I want to be down to just 18 drawers. That's a lot of patterns at the end of the year. And if you're like me, this whole squirrel thing kicks in. You know, you start going through your collection, going through your stash, and start reminiscing about when you bought that and bought that pattern and what you planned on making with it and all of that. Well, three, imagine. Anyway, that's one of my goals. That's another one of my goals. And real quick, I want to come back in my Make Nine for the year. So I was inspired by Shan over at Kittenish Behavior. So last year, her Make Nine was based on using the patterns from one particular company, which was Deer and Doe. Um, I have a lot of Deer and Doe patterns. I didn't want to do that. But what I do have a lot of that I really, 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 really should work on. If you saw my thumbnail, I've been a fan of Mimi G. I have collected almost all of her patterns. Notice I've said collected. I have yet to sew one pattern. One. So this year, I am going to go through all the Mimi G patterns that I have. Now hold on. Do not adjust. Do not adjust your device. Sit still. I'm going to show you my collection of Mimi G patterns. This entire box is filled with nothing but Mimi G patterns. Yeah. Ridiculous, right? Again, in my defense, I'm going to show you something. I tend to have multiple copies of a lot of these patterns. Let's see. What do I have here? Oh, how about this pattern, for instance? Do not adjust your TV. Do you think it's only three I have? Well, let's see here. In my defense, somebody was clearing out their stash, and well, you know, I rescued these patterns. 5 copies. That's one thing that I can say is in my defense. Maybe. But there's a tendency I've noticed for me to have duplicates. I'm talking down here and I don't want to do that. But I am of several of these patterns that make up my box. And it's time for me to work through and stitch some of these patterns. So, one of the things that I would like you guys to do, if you're game, if you're up for it, I will put a link to Mimi G's current patterns, and I think I could find do a Google search for Mimi G patterns. There's quite a few that are out of print. I do have some of the out of print patterns. And I'd like you to vote on or chime in and let me know which pattern you think I should sew. Right? Let's see if we can get something going here. I've got them. This is only part of my fabric stash. That's another video. We'll talk about that later. Okay. And so that's pretty much it for my hashtag Friday sews. I know it's short and quick, and it took me longer to prepare and get the lighting done and all of that than it has to speak with you. But I don't want to keep you guys too long. One of the other things that I want to do this year is participate with Talisha, Creativity by T, and Cherie Thomas, I think, of Elevate Your Ankara, because Look, like seriously, I'm gonna move out of the way so you can get the. See that? And that's not even all of it. It's time. It's time. So maybe we could work on moving some of this along. Okay. So what I think I will do is whatever pattern I sew up, if I have a duplicate of that pattern, I'm going to give it away. Like I'm going to give it away to the person who has chosen that pattern, and if I have the size, and move it along. So if you are up for that, if you are game for that, let me know. Leave a comment in the box. No, leave a yes, yes. Um, I don't have anything else to say. Chime in, come by, say hi. I know, I've been gone a long time, but I'm going to try to be committed to doing these Friday sews, hashtag Friday sews. This is my first one, and this is something that was created by Jen of Today in Jen's Sewing Room, and it's something that was created to bring together the sewing community, and a lot of people participate in it. And even though I wasn't doing anything, and I'm talking with my hands a lot, even though I wasn't doing anything, I was watching a lot of videos and chiming in, Anne Marie of Anne Marie's Workshop, and Fatmata, and Madi, and I found a lot of new people that I just love, and I want to play too. I I want to play as well. I need to get my juice back. I need to get my mojo back. I need to get back to being who I was like, and get this Anadonia and her cousin, evict them once and for all. So with that, um, I'm done, and I'll see you guys next week. So thank you for coming by, and I'll see you later. Bye.